Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to prepare your trim for your new laminate flooring. The flooring here used to be carpet, and we recently bought this house, so I honestly can't tell you why some of this is high and some of this goes all the way to the floor. It's like this throughout the house. It's really strange. Normally it will all be the same length. It will either be up higher because there was some sort of flooring under there, or it will all go to the subfloor. So right now my goal is to make this so we have an undercut here, and it's going to allow the laminate flooring to slip underneath of this trim here. Now you don't want to undercut the baseboard because the flooring here does not need to go under the baseboard. The reason being that we're going to install quarter round, which is a small decorative trim that goes across here and wraps around, and that's going to cover up your gap here. So you'll have quarter round and then the flooring goes up under this trim. And to do this, we're going to take a scrap piece of flooring and line it up there, and you can either leave this piece here or you can take a pencil and mark a line and then do your cut. For me, I'm using a Dremel MultiMax MM45, which works fantastic. I definitely recommend this tool. Wonderful for all sorts of things. And I prefer to use this tool sitting on top of my scrap piece. That way I'm sure that I don't mess up and it gives me some balance. Now normally I wear a mask because sometimes this gets hot and the wood smokes, and sometimes it makes a powder, little particles that go in the air, and that obviously isn't good for you and can irritate your lungs, but some people don't care and it doesn't bother them. You can do it with or without, but me personally, I have sensitive lungs, so when you're using this tool, you're going to want to kind of do shifting motion to work it in there at angles. Instead of just going straight in, you're going to get a much faster and efficient cut that way. And you don't want to push really hard on your Dremel or whatever tool that you're using, because that will reduce the life of your blades. Now I've just got a regular wood cutting blade on here, and I'm actually using a Rockwell blade. It was a little bit cheaper than the actual Dremel blades, but it seems to work just as good. And so when we're cutting this, we want to keep in mind that we're only cutting the outside piece. And same here, we're only cutting this outside piece. The reason I say that is there's 2x4 support beams in here that frame this wall, and you don't want to cut into those if you don't have to. You'll compromise the support of the wall or the frame. So here we go. And it's going to be loud. You might want to turn your volume down. So now you see the sawdust that came out of there, and I can smell the burning, and some of that dust goes into the air. So that's what I was talking about, why you might want to wear a mask. You don't have to have such a fancy mask. You could do just one of those cloth masks. And when you're cutting this, you can feel when you've gone through, it'll slip through And we've got this nice little cut piece here. And don't worry if you cut a little bit into this baseboard here, because like I said, we're going to cover that up with quarter round. And if you had messed it up, all you got to do is fill it in with some filler anyway. And normally you would not do this with your flooring so close to it, but I got ahead of myself and wasn't paying attention, and now I gotta do what I gotta do with it. So we'll go ahead and cut this piece off here. Alright, easy enough. Get this piece out of here. I guess it went all the way up in there. Alright, so then you take your scrap and you gotta make sure that your scrap actually fits under there, which mine does. So now I am all ready to put my new flooring under there. Thanks for watching.